All right, let's get started here. Thanks for everybody joining us. Just wanted to give you a quick reminder that we are going to be having these meetings at 11:30 on Thursdays. We've got a lot of great ideas coming up, a lot of great sessions to help you expand your business and understand a lot of different aspects. And then we also try to do some specified carrier training during the week so we can make sure that we're not overlapping and having too much in one call. This one will be a little bit of a long one. This is one of those ones that will overlap. Every once in a while that'll happen, but let me get started here. Okay, so in front of you is one of the carriers that we're going over. Today is just going to be guarantee issue life product for your clients. This one here is a little bit different. This is a benefits package that includes a life product, and the benefits package is guaranteed to the client that is paying their monthly membership to the organization. So that's how you as an agent have to explain that to your client. They don't receive the certification of insurance. They receive a form that shows that they have the ability to use it, though. They are a member of the organization. So this organization is USA Plus, and they're a great organization. They were around in the late 80s. And in the early 90s, they're still around, obviously, but in the late 80s or early 90s, they were a lobby group for small business owners. So what they found is that a lot of small business owners lack some basic benefits that they really need in the health market. So what they ended up doing is they got into benefits. So they started offering small businesses better benefits for their employees, and they did really well with it, and that's why we have this today. There's a lot of products that they have, or a lot of benefits that they have, different ones, including dental. They have an indemnity plan, but the one we're talking about today is called ValULife. So ValULife, here's a little bit about them. The privileges of the USA membership, USA Plus, been around in 1983. But the ValULife in particular, this is a set of benefits that they get after 12 continuous months. It's term. There's 3 different groupings, you can call them, but this is a product that's really mainly developed for folks that are between ages 18 through maybe 50, 60, and the reason why is because after 70, down at the bottom left here, I'll show you, after age 70, the coverage drops by 50%. That's in the bottom left hand here. This brochure will be available in the recording, and anybody else that wants it. So keep your eye out for that when I send that email out. It'll have this PDF in there. So it's underwritten by Guardian Group, and it is an insurance policy, but the policy is assigned to USA Plus. Again, your client has access to those to that benefit by being a member. So the ValULife 10 is for $10,000. That's 18 through 64. ValULife Silver is for those folks that are 65 through 69, and that's $10,000. And then the ValULife 25 is for ages 18 to 64 for $25,000. If the death is due to an accident, the amount listed are double. And there's also some other benefits here at the end. So it's very simple. There's your pricing. Well, actually, the pricing is at the very end, but there's your there's your plans. 3 plans. It's right on the brochure. There's no underwriting. That's what it is. So the Emeritus Group Vision Service Plan, they actually get some vision benefits. There is the Dignity Memorial Funeral Service, which helps them actually get some discounts through over 1,800 funeral service providers. There is identity theft protection as well included on here, which includes ID monitoring, protection, theft recovery. So it's a lot of good stuff. And then it also has a fraud resolution team. Emergency helicopter rescue, $7,000 per occurrence. It's really nice to have this right in here. So there's a Frontier MedX medical service with Take Me Home. So what that does is, if, for example, if somebody was needing transportation, they were on a trip. If somebody needs a trip from hospital bed to hospital bed, the hospitals don't pay for that. Insurance companies don't normally pay for those things. So this is already built in for the transportation services of those folks. And then the benefits protector. This is my favorite thing. If for any reason they lose their job through no fault of their own, they will they'll waive up to 3 months. They'll waive 3 months of payments. So that's a really nice benefit. Again, it was with the small business folks in mind. And then the scholarship program, they donate to the scholarship program, and they actually donate over $8 million. Have donated over $8 million, just closer to like $10 million to different organizations. So they're fantastic. Like I was saying, the pricing is down here at the bottom. The ValULife 10 is $42. ValULife Silver is $69, and the ValULife 25 is $65, and that's it. So that's your pricing. There are your plans. For example, I have a friend who is 32 years old with 2 kids, single mom, and she's had cancer, 2 bouts of cancer, and has some other things going on. She can't get anything else. She's too young, and so there's where this plan comes in. We had an agent that had a 20-year-old female that the height and weight chart build was just not working for her. So that's where those things come in. Now, for example, the younger female, the 20-year-old female, if in 5 or 10 years she becomes healthier and fits a build chart, now she can get something else. So this is for those people that just really can't get anything and they're an in-between class. So definitely keep this in your toolbox. And then Ray is going to go over the next product, which is for folks that are a little bit older. Take it away, Ray.
Good morning or afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go over the guaranteed issue product from Great Western. It's an outstanding product to have in your toolbox for those cases that are uninsurable. This is going to give you the opportunity to go ahead and give those folks a policy. It takes care of the what ifs. What if I had a heart attack? What if I had a stroke? Well, it doesn't matter. It is a product that everybody can have. It is now available in California, so California agents, you can put this in your toolbox as well. And it's changing the senior market landscape. For those folks that are uninsurable, you're going to now be the hero that's going to be able to get them a life insurance policy. Get to the next screen here real quick. There's 2 different products that we're going to be going over regardless of their health. The clients can qualify for 2 different policies: the Guarantee Assurance, which is guaranteed issue life insurance policy, or the Assurance Plus, which is a day 1 coverage for simplified underwriting. And it's great to have because it's a one application. It's very, very simple. There's no tele underwriting, so you don't have to make a phone call. There's no burdening medical exams, no home office specimens, no blood needed. You ask simple health questions to get them qualified for either of the 2 products, and they may have health issues prior to having this product, but it's okay. 1 class rate, meaning if they are going to be guaranteed issued or the assurance, you don't have to change the premium. The premium is the same for both products. So that's nice. So you don't have to go, oh, well, you're going to be guaranteed product, so I have to change the pricing and it's going to go up. You don't have to worry about that. It's the same. If you've got a female, 60 years old, with a $10,000 policy, her payment is going to be $66.25 per month for $10,000 worth of coverage. If it's the Assurance Plus and not the guaranteed, it actually pays out 125% of the death benefit, so she's actually going to get $12,500 in the event of a death. So that's a nice little feature you can add to your portfolio, saying, hey, you're 10,000, but really it's 125,000 because it pays out 125% less. The guarantee insurance offers coverage regardless of the client's health. There's absolutely no underwriting. Okay, it's guaranteed issue. For accidental deaths in the first 2 years, the clients will receive the full face amount. For non-accidental death in the first 2-year period, they're going to receive 100% of their premiums paid. Any other death benefits will be paid out at 100% after the first 2 years are up. Okay, the Assurance Plus. It's a unique one-of-a-kind product. Provides day one coverage. So the day you write them, they're covered. And like I said, it pays 125% of the face amount. It's simplified underwriting, no medical exams, and coverage is based on just a couple of questions that you're going to ask them. It's only 3 questions that are going to be needed to be asked. Like I said, the $10,000 face amount is going to pay out $12,500. $15,000, you'll do 125% of that, and that's what that'll pay out. It's got a spousal rider, which is pretty cool. If you've got a husband and a wife that sign up together and one of them pass away, the first one that passes away, their policy will pay an additional $1,000. So in this case, 10,000, they pass away, it pays 12,500, and then with that extra $1,000, it'll actually pay out 13,500. So if you've got a husband and a wife that gets $10,000 worth of coverage on each from day one, they're both completely covered. Their ultimate death benefit actually is 125% of the face amount, and then they'll receive that extra $1,000 bonus rider for the first death with a spouse. In this example, they've applied for $20,000 in total coverage, but receives $26,000 in total coverage. So that's a pretty unique feature to have, something to go over with your clients as an extra bonus if you're selling a husband and a wife. 3 easy questions to ask. In the last 2 years, has the applicant been a patient in a hospital or a hospice or in a nursing home for more than 5 consecutive days, or just 5 days, not consecutive days? Is the applicant unable to independently perform routine activities such as bathing, dressing, eating, toiletry, or moving from a wheelchair to a bed? If they don't need assistance, that answer is no. In the last 2 years, has the applicant been diagnosed with or prescribed medications or treated for health care for any of the following diseases: cancer, tumor, insulin deficient dependency, HIV, AIDS, acquired immune deficiency syndrome, ARC, or any blood disorder, kidney, lung, brain, heart, or circulatory system, or any problems with the liver? If that is no, they get the better policy. It's very simple. They strive to do clean business with the e-application, the iGo application. It's very, very simple, and we're going to go over that here in a second, where we're going to actually do an application so you can see it from start to finish. They've got a premium draft date, which is very nice because you can do the second Wednesday of the month, the third Wednesday, whenever their Social Security hits their check. You can get the premium taken out the same day. The automatically guaranteed issue policy, if they say, if you know any of your clients have been prescribed insulin for diabetes, any use of insulin, any kind, then they're automatically going to get the guaranteed issue. Any lung disorders, like using any oxygen, medication dosage increases, then you'll need to check your user guide just to make sure. COPD. All right, right here. Will it pause? You got an example of a 72-year that has a pacemaker that was installed in June. Does he qualify for the Assurance Plus? That is going to be no, because a pacemaker is considered treatment for heart disease. But let's say this individual was paralyzed. This 45-year-old was paralyzed because of a skiing accident. What will happen is he will be able to get the assurance because even though he is in a wheelchair, he can't get from the bed to his wheelchair without assistance. So he can't have the Assurance Plus. Okay, so read the questions real carefully on the medical questions to make sure you're giving them the right product. Here we've got another example that's going to be popping up. to help determine what product they actually qualify for, and that is going to be maintenance medication. If they have medication that has stayed the same for the last 2 years, you're good to go. Now, if they've been prescribed a dosage and the frequency has increased over the past 2 years, then you want to put them in the guaranteed. But if their medication has stayed the same for the last 2 years, you're fine. Now, there is a maintenance medication diagram in your field underwriting manual, which we'll go over. I'll show you where to get that, because you'll want to download that on your laptop or your iPad or whatever device you may be using to talk to your clients about the insurance. We've got another example here. This individual was diagnosed with cancer 3 years ago, but she's still going under radiation treatment, so she does not qualify for the Assurance Plus. Now, this other individual was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes 5 years ago, and she was prescribed metformin 500 milligrams a day, 2 times a day. But 3 years ago, her diet and exercise regime allowed her to stop taking the insulin and just take the metformin. Okay, she will qualify because she no longer has the insulin dependency, and she's only on the pills. And then this individual, 75, was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease 4 years ago, and he's been prescribed a treatment that disqualifies the condition. He has to take the prescription every day for the last 4 years. However, last year the frequency increased 2 to 3 times a day, so since it increased, he's no longer allowed to get the Assurance Plus. He's not allowed to get the Assurance Plus. He'll just is allowed to get the guaranteed, but at least you still have something to give them. It's not like you're not going to walk out without a sale. The new e-application is really simple. Digital signature. It submits it directly to the carrier, and it is paperless, so you don't even need a paper app. It's all done on the computer. You can even do it on your iPhone if you have an iPhone. That's kind of small, so you might want to get a bigger device. Better understand the products. You want to go to the agent field manual and review the licensing, new business, the commissions, your riders, and your rates. That way you're familiar with the product and you can better help your client out. The draft date. Okay, like I said, if they get paid on the second Wednesday, you simply just check the box, take it out on the second Wednesday. Their Social Security check hits the bank on the second Wednesday. That's the day the premium is going to be withdrawn out of their account, which is going to help better your persistency. You're not going to have policies lapse. The
Academy that they've got for Great Western, it's got training videos, product benefits, and an agent guide. And we'll go to that now. I'll show you where that's at. My Navigator, you've also got how to sell or how to fill out the expense application. So there's a lot of cool things here that you can utilize. And then you got your product benefits, a little breakdown of the product benefit that you can go over with your client, or you can just read this to get familiar with it. It's a pretty simple product. And there it is, the final expense. We just went over that. I just took you to the website. That's at www.gwicacademy.com. Okay, one product, 2 different plans. All right, on the guaranteed assurance product, that is for ages 40 to 80. Their face amounts are $1,000 to $40,000. Your riders that are already included at no extra cost are the spousal bonus rider and the dependent child and grandchild rider. And for your death benefits, year 1, they're going to get a return of the premiums that they've paid plus 10% for the first 2 years. And then after the 3rd year, they pays out 100%. Accidental death benefits, year 1 and 2 are covered at 100%. Okay, and then for the Assurance Plus, that's between 40 and 80. Their face amounts are $1,000 to $40,000. They've got the spousal bonus rider as well, the accelerated death benefit rider, and the dependent child and grandchild rider. And those are going to pay out 125% of the face amount. It's one-of-a-kind solution. Increased death benefit from day 1, and guaranteed issue plan for those who cannot qualify for the assurance. One premium rate. If they're graded, the premium is going to stay the same, so you don't need to rate them up. And then the e-application is pretty cool. It's very, very simple. And we're actually going to go in and do a e-application here in a second. And strong renewals. Every year you get paid. Relevant rider options. And it's also available in California.
It'll go to your home page, and you simply go to e-application. To start a new application, you'll hit it right here to the right, new application. Over here to the right, I've got a couple already started, so I'm not going to click into that. I don't want a new one on my screen, so I'll just hit this one, and it's very simple. You just simply go in, fill out the required areas in red. And just go through their street address, phone number, date of birth, city, state, zip. And when you get it all completed, you hit the next tab. If this little red button up here is still red, that means you've missed something, and you can click on that red button, and it'll tell you, hey, you need to go in, add in the state. You need to add in the zip. Whatever you missed, it'll tell you what you've missed in order to move forward. After you're done with that page, go to the second page for the beneficiary information, name, relationship, whether it's a child, goes to an estate, fiance, grandchild, whoever it may be, street address, and city. Down here, the privacy policy, I agree to receive electronic and initial and get the email. They'll want to initial here. Keep going. Premium authorization form, where you put the first Wednesday, second Wednesday, whichever one you want, as well as monthly. They're going to go quarterly, semi-annually, whatever it may be. And you keep going. That will take you back to the first page. Now you're done with that. So what you want to do is go e-application. That's going to be on the second tab, which is right here. You hit the second tab for your signatures. It'll take you to this screen. Use e-signature. You can decline and do a paper signature, but that kind of defeats the whole purpose. Click on the use signature there. Hit that button, and it's going to process an email that you put in to send to the applicant. Now, if you have to go back because something is wrong on the application, you're going to have to unlock the application in order to change whatever you need to change. So hopefully you get it right the first time. You don't have to use this back to application button, because then you're going to have to start over with the e-signature. Okay? Click the other actions on the top right of the page. Click unlock to get it unlocked. And then collect the information that's needed: driver's license, what state it's from, the driver's license number, name, the last 4 digits of their Social Security, the birthday, and an email address, and then click verify. And then all forms are going to go to the individual that they're going to need to pop up on their email. So once you send that off, while you're still on the phone with the client, you'll want to have them go to the email page and click it. I've sold a lot of these policies, and 99% of these people do have emails. They can even do it on their cell phone if they're not in front of a computer. So have them check their cell phone, go in there, do their e-signature. Once they've done their e-signature, they'll hit send, and then you can finish off your signatures, where you're going to go in there and you're going to sign off on your signatures, and then you're going to hit the submit button, and it's going to go directly to Great Western. And from that forward on, you're done. You don't have anything else to do. You can move on to the next client. So that wraps it up for the Great Western policy. If you've got any questions, you can get in touch with either Mark or myself. Right there, Mark or me, 866-212-4196, or info@summitallianceadvantage.com. Thanks for joining, and have a great day.